Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here in YOUCANIC we have a 2015 Ford Focus. On this Ford Focus we're going to go over the process in which you go to be able to replace your engine battery. If your engine battery needs to be replaced, this is how you do it. So first, of course, you would need to manually, if it's complete, depending on how dead it is, if it's just dead enough that it doesn't want to start the vehicle, you've checked it and made sure that it's not putting out the proper amount of cold cranking amps, then you won't have to go through the process of manually unlocking the door. But if you do, you'll manually unlock to get in, to be able to pop the hood and get in it. So we have your key to insert into the door lock cylinder here, and you're going to turn it a quarter turn to the right to actually unlock. So turn it toward the back of the vehicle. That is the unlock option, and then that will unlock this door. If you have electric, it was just this battery that was dead, and that's your engine battery, and when you unlock it and do it twice, it'll unlock all the doors, but we have manually unlocked this door. And now, with this door unlocked, you can be able to pull the latch and open it up. With it open, you can come right down here to the left-hand side of the driver side, and right here on the pillar, and you'll just be able to pull this lever, and that pops the first portion of the hood for you to be able to get in. Then you come around front here and be able to pull up on the hood a little bit, and you'll see right here that we've got a yellow latch to the left of the Ford emblem, and we just need to pull that forward. That releases the second safety latch, and now we can raise up the hood. And this is supported with a supporting rod, and so you just need to raise that. And we have the hood popped up, we have it supported up with its supporting rod, and now we need to gain access to the battery, and our battery is right here. We just undo these two covers. We have our airbox battery. There's a cover here and a cover in the back here. Just kind of pop that off and we can pull that out and we set that aside. Now the battery is located back in here. Depending on what type of magician work you can use to get it out, it's going to become pretty easy or evident. It'll make it a lot easier just to remove the airbox. Airbox is fairly simple to remove. We're just going to unhook this mass airflow sensor that's right here, this connector that goes to there, and then we have one 7mm bolt that's right here, and that's for this clamp. Once that clamp is loosened, now we can undo this throttle body, it's the hose that goes to the throttle body. Go. You got that disconnected. Now there's a little strap mechanism right here that you can pull and undo, as well as the other portion that comes from this pipe, because we want to free these two pipes to be able to pull this airbox housing out. Now the airbox housing now is just held in by some rubber grommets that press down, so you just may have to wiggle it a bit and to be able to pull this up and out. We have this one port here, a hole port that attaches right down in here, and so we'll just note that for when you put it back on. We want to line this up with that inlet. So now we can set that aside and we have more access. So we're going to undo the negative battery cable first and get that out of the way, then we'll undo the positive, undo the bracket to then get our battery out of here. Okay. So 10mm, loosen this up, and then be able to loosen our negative battery cable and get that out of the way. Now we'll undo our positive battery cable, and we set that down to the side there. Now we'll need to undo these two bolts here. They're nuts. We have to undo the nuts that hold the bracket down, that holds our battery so it doesn't slide around in here. And those are they're a size 10mm nut to undo. And that's undone. Now we can remove the clamp there and set that aside. Now this is one thing where with that air box removed, where we gain that extra access. This will slide up, and then you can pop it out. Once it's up a little bit, we pop it out, and then we are able to kind of lay it down right here. The portion that has the positive cable on it, and once we pop it out, we can kind of lay it right down like this to give us access to pull out this battery. Okay, so you take your new battery, a battery that is made equivalent to be able to fit in here for your model of vehicle. So we'll take the new battery and just be able to set it in place. And so now it's sitting in the channel, sitting in the place, and then we can put this clamping mechanism back on there, and to be able to tighten that up of the 10mm nuts that hold the battery into place. You want to remember, make sure that we're putting it back in the right direction, that we don't flip it around and have our battery cables on the opposite side, because you can see it's, once you put this in, pretty much we don't have the real space that we want to move this and put it over there. So you got to just get this little panel to line up so that it'll sit in there and complete the rest of the battery box. And that'll kind of lock that into place. Tighten our 10mm bolts to start with, hold the bracket down. All right, the bracket's tightened down, so now the battery's not going to move back and forth or anything like that. So we'll take our positive cable, put it over the terminal there, and then we tighten that up. Okay, so with that tight, now we'll be able to move the negative cable into place and be able to tighten that up. It's got a little indent here in the back of the battery box for that negative cable to go down through there. And so we have that in place, and then we'll tighten up our negative clamp here, bolt clamp. And tighten our negative cable on. Now, if we have our covers, we might as well put them on, and we just place. Once we get this pretty close to the back, we just need to press down on it, and it'll lock over the battery box. We take this one, we have this one little tab to insert into the battery, that cover there, snap that down in place, and that's that part of it, the actual replacement of the battery. And then you would drop your air box back in to the cavity here, tighten this clamp up, and make sure that you rehook your mass airflow sensor wire, and that would be the replacement of your engine car battery on your 2015 Ford Focus. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.